In a world where everything creates trauma now, everything is a trigger, it is remarkable to me that the people on the left don't consider a man in a bathroom with a girl to be something that wouldn't trigger that person, wouldn't traumatize that person. That's remarkable.
A quick point to that. One of the worst examples I've heard of this is, so if a biological male identifies as female and therefore can enter any female-only space, then biological men can enter female battered shelters.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's so much worse than locker rooms.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, both of you guys actually talk about this so often on the show. It's this rise of this subjective morality and a morality-based politics on the left. You hit the nail on the head, Josh, with the idea that the left sees things in terms of voting blocks. I mean, for a long period of time, we talked about this, 2 days ago? For a really long period of time, they saw the black community as a voting block that they needed.
Yes. Yeah.
They achieved the 90%, and you said it then. How do you get that last 10%? You're not going to, so you move on to the Latino community. Now we're moving from women to transgenderism, and if everything is about who you hurt, or there is this kind of this trauma culture that you're talking about, this trigger warning culture, you're absolutely right. Women should be triggered or traumatized by biological men in their bathrooms, but those people are then labeled TERFs. It's a trans exclusive radical feminist. Yeah. We saw this with J.K. Rowling. If you then say that I am being wounded or victimized by the rights that another group is just earning, then you become the bigot. And it's just kind of the transition of bigotry to different groups.
Well, and it's taken us, it depends on how you count, 4,000, 5,000 years to get to the point where this doesn't happen anymore,
right,
where women were protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
From men preying on them in situations like this. We fixed it. We finally fixed it. Thousands of years of a problem. We fixed it, and now they're rolling it back.
And what you mentioned, so on Monday when we were talking about the left abandoning the black community and starting to cater to Hispanics, so we also mentioned that, the black community is starting to come out to vote Republican because of that. And actually, with the transgender movement and with the LGBT, class, what we're seeing is that gay individuals are starting to come out for Republicans. I think for Trump, 45% of gay men voted for Trump.
Wow.
It's according to, NBC News.
Wow.
So, I mean, the
That
crazier
should be a
they go, I
terrifying
mean, they're catering to a community, and there's more people that support trans rights, but they're catering to a community that's like less than 1% of the population, and they're alienating, the LGBT lobby, like a huge percentage of the LGBT lobby. Just another reason why I think this could be, in the long run, there's going to be a lot of harm in the meantime, and it's probably not worth it, but this could be a win for us that they're going with such a radical agenda.
I think you're right, and the tail is wagging the dog here.
Yes.
It's this really, really small minority. And Americans, look, it's super frustrating that however many million people voted for Joe Biden. That's really frustrating, and that can kind of shake your faith a little bit. But I can't help thinking that at their core, not just the majority, I think the vast majority, or at least a sizable majority of Americans, have pretty decent common sense.
Yes.
And I saw a piece from George Barna yesterday. I just skimmed it. But he was looking at the 7 things that most people say would influence them to vote. And 5 or 6 of those conservatives own.
Yes.
Own. And so maybe, God help us, I hope I think the Republic is strong enough to withstand what we're facing right now. But hopefully in 2 years, the tail will have wagged so hard that a lot of those common sense people will come over to our side.
Yeah, and I think, going off of what you're saying, people have common sense, and when people see men in female-only spaces, and when people see these
in your
boys,
daughter's bathroom,
or in these athletic competitions, where in wrestling or in track, when we see these males setting records and just destroying women, in the MMA, was it Fallon Fox?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just pummeled a woman.
Of course.
Fallon Fox is a biological male transgender woman, and when people see these things, it's pretty clear what's right. So, and I think that's going to be a winning issue for us in the long run.